To the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Yeah, 60 yards. 50. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Come on, D.
The former second-round pick. This is Joe Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back?
What?
That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 99. Check 99. 22, Jet Bomber. 22, Jet Bomber. On the ball. Jet.
They'll look to throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A big play there. His fifth touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Watson off play action. He's going to look deep for more. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Check 31. Check 30. 36. 36.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Shift. Watch the shift.
He'll look to throw. That one caught by Gibson. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
First down. Intended for Kenny Galladay. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
2 seconds to go, first quarter. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. On first down, it's Taylor, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Watch the run, watch the run. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill.
Taylor. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
And it's 3rd down.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got his target. That's more. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Taylor. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The throw right sideline here is complete. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Now a play fake here on 1st down. Completes it to Hardman. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
They run with Taylor. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. Here we go. Come to the ending. Screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check safety. Turn around. Rest.
Here's a quick throw complete to Galladay. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down at the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. He'll look to throw. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Kenny Galladay, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Hopkins with the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. DJ Moore, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Room here to run. And it's a touchdown. He goes 105 yards on the kick return as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Go! Let's go!
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Dallas.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Man, I got you.
The final shot before the break. Watson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan showing you.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On third down, Mixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it first and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Watson, operating from the gun. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And all the way way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2nd and 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the Cowboys' 44-yard line.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This is Mixon on the draw. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder. You think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the 1st down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking 1st down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a 1st down.
So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Rolling to his right. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll run with Taylor. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson. He'll find Taylor, that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 34-yard line. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They go play action here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bobby Wagner, the former 2nd rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. Gets past one man. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Check the backer, check the backer. Go. You got motion man. You got motion man right there.
Again, it's Mixon. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Check. Nickel.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, 50 the mic. Here we go.
2nd and 14. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Hopkins' kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now Watson. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they got themselves in position to at least entertain the thoughts of an overtime, but as it turns out, it was not meant to be, Charles.
And you feel bad for a kicker in this spot. He's going to have to shoulder a lot of the blame, but in reality, this will be a team loss. They didn't do enough collectively to get the job done.
Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the home team here, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Dallas, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year, and they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire
dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the